But I want to bring in Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen of Tennessee. He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee. He was one of hundreds of lawmakers who had to hunker down amid the chaotic scene today. Earlier, he tweeted, "Tonight, we will fulfill our constitutional duty to certify this election, even after Trump's rebel guard stormed the people's house. Trump is an enemy of America, but America won." And Steve Cohen, tonight that is the case. Tonight it is the case that Donald Trump is the enemy of America. If there are people still working for Donald Trump tonight, I have invited them to come on this show. We will clear space. I'll even ask Steve Cohen not to talk. If I can bring on a Donald Trump employee tonight, a White House employee tonight, who will resign now and show that you have the courage of your convictions and you have guts to stand against a president who is ripping America apart. I don't have that person right now, so I've got you, Steve Cohen.
You'll have me for a while if that's the level that I need to achieve. Ali, it's good to be back with you. It was a bizarre day, of course, and it was a scary day. I wasn't at all hurt in any way. I was a bit shaken. I was in the gallery, and the Capitol Police came in and started locking the doors, and then I heard people beating on the doors, and so we knew that the rabble had arrived. And we were told then to put on our get our masks, gas masks, and put them on, that they're underneath the seats in the Capitol. Never thought about them. That's the first day I was there. You kind of looked and went, wow. And then 15 years later, I'm putting one on. And then we were told to evacuate, which we did. We climbed over under the rails and got out. And then I've got it to my office. I locked my doors. I got my baseball bat, sat down, and was ready. They came in here. I was going to hit fungo. There's a guy with a baseball bat. We could have a real duel. But these people were incited by Donald Trump. Donald Trump wanted them to put on an alternative performance to the Electoral College, which was going to be the official version of his defeat, the final chronicling of his loss of the presidency. And rather than have that be the news, he wanted to create his own alternative universe. And he's like Caligula. He's sitting at home, I'm sure, in his bed, eating fried chicken at McDonald's and watching this and getting off on it. He is a sick human being, and he's been that way. I'd say the first time I knew much about him, of course, he's been around. I was on Chris Hayes' show way back when, and that's when the Attorney General in New York was after him for Trump University. And I was walking down Fifth Avenue to go to 30 Rock, and I saw all these helicopters flying around, and I kind of had this vision of King Kong and the helicopters and, airplanes or whatever it was in the Chrysler Building. And I thought, what's that going on? And I couldn't figure it out. And then when I got to Chris Hayes, the Attorney General was on with me, and it was all about Trump University. I realized they were about Trump. And I thought, I never want to see that man, and I never want to have anything to do with him, because he's out there. And I have not talked to him. I have not seen him. One time I saw him, I turned 180, got away. The man has been sick from day one. I did not go to his inauguration with John Lewis. We both said he was an invalid president, and we didn't go. Didn't go to the State of the Union. The man needs to go in the next 14 days. He could do a lot more.
Yeah.
But he encouraged these people to come to the Capitol. He said, come, it'll be wild. He wanted violence. He wanted a show. He's Caligula, and he's there watching it. Luckily, he doesn't have a horse, or the horse would be Attorney General.
He is a little bit like Caesar crossing the Rubicon, though. I think he was looking at some of this violence today as an excuse to bring in the military and to do some of the things that guys like Mike Flynn had been talking about. He's skirted with martial law. He's skirted with seizing voting machines. He's skirted with the idea of using his power in the streets. What he had is a mobile ragtag army, of people who wouldn't register as conscripts to do his dirty work today. But someone lost their lives. Actually, a few lives were lost today because of Donald Trump's folly.
And Donald Trump doesn't care. Donald Trump does not have a conscience. He is an amoral sociopath, narcissistic sociopath. This is all there for his amusement. All these people are there to vote for him. He could care less about them. And when he did his tax scam, these people got next to nothing out of it. And all of his billionaire friends got 80% of the benefits. Everything he does is for him, and mostly he did it for himself and his family. The guy is where's Keith Olbermann? I know Keith Olbermann hates him and he does these shows, but he's the worst person in the world every single day. Every day he's the worst person in the world. And this guy does not have a redeeming social value. You know, the whole thing is, it's been a disgrace for America to have him as president. It's a disgrace for America to have him within our 48 states, our 50 states, anywhere. He's just, the sooner we get him out, the better. And I got this button on. I wore this button today because we're going to have the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and I'm looking forward to it. And that's what we're doing today. And Joe Biden's a decent human being, and it's going to be good to have a decent human being that'll be respected on the world stage and make America look better. Right now, we're at our nadir. This guy has taken our country down around the world in so many ways. He did it getting out of the Iran deal. He did it getting out of the Paris Accords. He's done it in so many other ways. But today, we look like a fool. We look like a third world country with a tin-pot dictator running the show. And the guy's going to do more in the next 14 days. Unfortunately, there's no way we can get him out unless Mike Pence tries to find a way to do the 25th Amendment. And I don't think there's enough cabinet members with enough courage to invoke the 25th Amendment.
This should be a night in which some of you get that courage to consider the 25th Amendment of the United States. This is the night to start thinking about that.
Got to be Trump's cabinet. But there is.
Congressman Cohen, good to see you. Steve Cohen of Tennessee, we appreciate your time. This is supposed to be one of the most heavily protected places in the whole country. But today, rioters incited by Donald Trump's angry words stormed Capitol Hill like it was nothing. What that says about security on the Hill.